Hello, I'm Rachel Piper with Size Diverse Pilates. Welcome to my channel where I am trying to make Pilates more accessible to the larger, pun intended, population. Today we're going to do the arm series. This is a really great exercise set that you can do pretty much anywhere. You can do it lying on your mat without any kind of prop. You can do it standing against a wall without any kind of prop, although you may want to put something behind your head if you can't get your head back to the wall or on the ground. And you can also use a prop. Foam roller, you can use a barrel, which is how it is usually shown with a spine corrector or a barrel, or you can use what I'm using today, a king size quilt or a blanket. With my blanket, I have it folded in a way where it's lower in the front and then is a little higher in the back. And the width of it is meant for my body. So I want to get some of my ribs down here and I want to see if I can get my head to reach back over so that I'm in some extension. The extension is optional, but the extension is really nice for all of us humans who are on our phones. Maybe we're reading a book or just our daily lives in general where we're over. This helps open us up, really stretches out the chest, stretches out the neck muscles. And then while we do the arm movements with or without weights, it does strengthen and stretch us at the same time. So it is nice to go into a little bit of extension if you can. I would like you to have your head supported. So you'll see what I look like here, and I will try and do other videos where I don't use anything at all so that you know that you're doing kind of what I'm doing. Pick up your weights. No weights, half pound, 1 pound, maybe the highest 2 pound right now. That's what I'm using. 3 is too much unless you've been doing Pilates for a while. Just because when you're starting these movements, the heavier your weights are, the more range of motion you use, so how far away from the body you take your arms, it's going to be quite heavy. And the goal here is for us to figure out how to be connected, our arms to our back, and how to work the muscles around our shoulder girdle, like our shoulder blades, so that we can be stronger to do other exercises a little bit sooner in Pilates. So if you have too much weight, it might be a little bit too heavy. So I always suggest go light and build up once you understand how you connect to the exercise. That is going to be different for every single person, and it's going to be different on every day. So grab something lighter than what you think right now so that you understand the movements that we're doing. Let's go ahead and come down. So as I come down to the mat, I'm just gonna, and this is the nice thing about the blanket, is that you can kind of mush it a little bit so that you're in the position that you want to be. So for me, you can see that I have my ribs down here on my blanket, then I'm slightly elevated, and then my head here is tipped back, but it's supported back behind using the blanket. So this is a very comfortable position for me, and I can shape the blanket however I need to instead of having to conform my body to a barrel. From here, you're going to reach your tailbone down into the mat, and your ribs you're going to try and put into your prop, or you're going to try and connect your lowest ribs to the mat if possible. And then I like a nice bent leg so that I can press into my feet and really work, make sure that my pelvis is stable during this exercise. You can take the legs out if you want to. When I do this, my pelvis wants to lift up a little bit, and then I have a harder time connecting to my barrel here. So if it's uncomfortable for you to have your legs bent, you can stick a bolster or some pillows right underneath here and lie your legs on top of them. This position with a prop is a nice position that may help you if you have some tightness in your back and still allows you to connect your ribs to your prop. So I'm going to put my feet here and you find your position, and then go ahead and pick those weights up. and see how it feels as you reach them up over the shoulders. And just breathe here maybe 2 times. Nice big inhales, nice and wide. And then as you exhale, see if you can exhale into the back of the body so that you can connect your back body to your prop or your mat or your wall. Another nice big inhale and exhale. We're going to do our arm scissors. You're going to reach one weight up as the other goes down towards the hip, and then you're going to switch. Now, for this, it's not about how big you go. It is not a go big or go home. It is a try and figure out how to keep your arms on your back. And that's a hard thing for people to figure out. And that might be tricky wording. You might not understand what that means. It means that when you take your arm up, there's a place where once you take it too far, your ribs start lifting out and you start extending from your armpit, is what I like to call it. We want to bring that shoulder back into the armpit, and we want to be able to connect our arm on our back here and keep those ribs down. So I always like to say smaller range of motion, please, when you first start this one, and then you can play around a little bit with it as you progress, or as maybe, you have a teacher with you and they can kind of look at you, because sometimes it's hard to know what you're doing in your body without someone looking at you. I like to do 5 here, so we'll do one more each side. These are nice and slow. This is more like a marathon, not a sprint. And then go ahead, bring those arms up. We're going to go into the flies first. Sometimes I like to do arm circles next, but I've been finding opening up both arms into a nice wide open arm position and then bringing the arms back has been nice before I do the circles, because then I know my range out to the sides. And since we just did our scissors, we know our range when we take the arms up overhead. So scissors, then the flies, that will prepare you for the arm circles, which are next. We're going to go ahead and do one more here for 5 and close. We have arm circles both ways. We're going to go back. So wherever you went with your scissors, you pause. Then you're going to come out to the sides. Here's your open arm fly. Take it down and then circle up. So that's your range. Your scissors and your open arm fly help you find your circle range so that you can stay in like arm to back there. And then you can strengthen those muscles that are right around that shoulder blade area in your shoulder girdle. So go ahead, take the arms up, take them out to the side and up. One more might be a bonus. I was aiming for 5 there. Bring it up. And then take the palms away from you. You're going to press down. So you're going to take the arms down like you're pressing the arms down. Once you get down, you're going to flip the palms up, take the arms out to the side, bring it up, find that scissor place, and bring it back up. So again, this one can be a little bit tricky because you might go down a little far, flip the palms up. You might need to bring the arms up a little bit and then pull the arms back up. We got 3 more. Take it down, flip the palms, take them out, and come up. So this one, I would say anywhere, it's probably more like an 8 count. Flip the arms up. So I did do another video where we did this on the arc, and I was thinking it was a 5 count and it ended up being an 8 count. So you can always do the tower on arc video that's on my channel. All right, let's go ahead, come here, take the palms facing each other. One arm stays exactly where it is. The other arm goes out to the side for a one arm fly. Then you get to pull it back in, have it right over the shoulder blade, no closer. Then the other arm goes out to the side and you get to pull that back in. We're going to do 5 on each side. As you do these one arm at a time, maybe pay attention to what your body is doing, like what in your body is trying to work to keep your both hips equal weighted on the mat and the ribs against your prop or against your mat. The one arm movements are always very telling of what's going on in our body. Maybe one foot is pressing in a little bit more on one side than the other. Last one each side. It's always so interesting to do the one arm work. Go ahead, bring that arm up. Then we're going to end with a hug. And I really love this one. We want to do it slow. We want to open up into that nice open arm fly. And then as we come back with intention, we're going to cross the arms and hug ourselves. And so doing this with intention, not only the movements, but maybe with our own thoughts as well, might be a nice way to start the day. Like with intention, you're hugging yourself. Good job. Yay me. Yay me. I'm doing my movement. I'm doing something. I'm making myself stronger today. And even if it was only for 5 or 10 minutes, I moved my body and it made me smile. So you get to pick whatever intention you want to set, but I definitely think you should be grateful to yourself for showing up and doing some of this work. Last one. I like to usually do 3 to 5 on each side. So if this one's 4, then that's about average. And then hug. And then open on up. From here, last thing I do want to do, just because it's kind of a nice one, is as we're at the top, we can just do little mini circles. Just do maybe 8 one way. You're going to try and keep your body completely still. And then you're just trying to circle your arms and see if you can feel your arm connection to your shoulder blades. Maybe your shoulder blades are moving a little bit. And then pause and then go the other way. These are so small. You're trying to keep your chest wide, your head is back. You're still pressing your tailbone in. Nice big breaths. It feels almost like a little celebration to do these little circles. And then go ahead, bend the arms down. Place the weights down and then very carefully come up. If you're in any kind of extension, I always like to say maybe grab the back of your head, lift yourself up, and then wherever you need to come up, you can come up. And that's it. That is our arm series using a blanket. As you can see, if you do go look at the other video where I was using the arc light versus this one, I did the exercises just a little bit different. Maybe, I can't really remember that video, but there's a big difference between the arc and using something like this. This goes to show you that you can use anything that you have, and you don't have to have something that's that tall to get the benefits of this particular exercise. You really can do this one anywhere, and it really is it's a great like stretcher and strengthener. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I plan on putting more out. If you want me to do something in particular, or you want to see something, or you want me to do a specific type of class, please DM me or message me. And I am more than happy to do that for you.